And here we go. Welcome, everybody. We are Monday, September 8th, 2025. And we have a lot in store. We have someone making little motions like this, and she now has the ability to unmute. So, Lori, you can unmute.
This guy is like the mute. I'm telling you guys, don't trust him. He just loves that mute button. Vanda, okay, good, because Vanda's going to speak, but she's upside down. She just fixed it. She just fixed it. I didn't want her speaking and everyone would have to go like this, you know.
So thank you very much, Lori, for having a keen eye. And if you don't know this about Lori, Lori has a special talent where within 30 seconds of just looking at a room of thousands of people, she can pick out who's going to do it, who's not going to do it, who's going to be able to achieve the big ranks, who's just there just to, have a free glass of water or whatever, right? She has that skill, and she was the one that just picked it out all of a sudden after just a glance at everyone. So thank you, Lori, for that.
Oh, Mama Carol knew Vanda was upside down too. There's a few
of
us.
Really?
That
do. All righty. All right. Well, so without further ado, we have many great speakers for all of you tonight, and there's some information I want to relate as well, because a lot of you know that today is the Mexico Day, where Mexico is now open. People are able to sign up, register with the different packs. It is very exciting. A lot of people were waiting for this, so I'm going to talk about Mexico-related information at the end. So without further ado, we have Vanda Watson, who is, let me find her. There she is. She is not upside down, thankfully. We didn't want her to be upside down on the Zoom. She is absolutely wonderful. She's in the West Coast of California. She's great at doing pop-ups and duplicating very rapidly. Managing director, Vanda Watson.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much for asking me to speak tonight. And I really didn't have anything prepared to speak about, but I would really love to just talk about having a team. We have such a beautiful team that is coming together, and I just got off a Zoom with one of the leaders that I had worked with before. Sorry, I had a little pop up there. And she's so great at just getting in and taking charge. And it's been so helpful to see she's put together what we called in a previous company a power hour. And it's really just an hour of intentional working together as a group. So I love some examples that she gave today. One of the things was just to do 20 minutes, set a timer, whether you break that 20 minutes up over your day, but every day just touch your social media, because that is how we get out to a bigger audience. So I love how she said to start it, and that was with one scary message a day. So one person every single day that just scares your pants off and you're nervous to talk to, just send them a message and say, hey, I got something I'm super excited about. Do you have a few minutes to listen? That's it. I think that we lose so many potential customers and associates through just word vomit. We just throw everything at them and they're like, whoa, how do I assimilate all this information? So I think that by really being, and I think that's my intent on everything I've ever done in life and in network marketing. I'm proud of it. I'm proud that, Jay chose this avenue for us to have this opportunity in our hands and to share it with everyone. And I share it loudly, proudly, and as bold as I can. And then secondly, I think that, you know, showing that we want to be relational and we want to build relationships. We truly care about the people that we're connecting with. And we've got something so perfect that no one else out there has. We have a patch, we can do a balance test in a few seconds, and we can prove to them before we ever open our mouths and say a word what this product is and how it works. I often say that I go out in public a lot and I just look for someone to start a conversation with. And I ask them right away what they do. And what do you know? They always come around to ask me what I do. And I always say, I don't want to tell you, I want to show you. And I usually get a pretty funny look at that point. But I'll ask them, you know, I'm like, I have some technology I want to share with you, and we can do it right here, or we can go somewhere a little more private. I love it when they say they're okay with doing it in a big crowded room, because we get lots of other people, nosy neighbors. I mean, right? So that's really a fun way to go about really showing the technology. But I love what Keith is doing. She's set up now on Mondays, Wednesdays, and I believe Fridays. We'll put it in some of the other groups. Just an intentional hour of working together. Today, we didn't do a lot of social media. We just talked a lot about the business and how we can share it and who to touch and who to continue following up with. And then I also told them something I learned years ago. I was in real estate for a lot of years on the East Coast, and one of the first brokers I ever worked with, I was really frustrated. I'm like, I'm so kind, I'm helpful. You know, why isn't this person receiving what I'm giving? And he said, you know what, Vanda, sometimes when you've done everything, some of those little fishies, you just got to send back out in the sea. And you know what? Sometimes we do. I think a lot of us out there, I know a lot on our team, get really hung up on this one person. Like, I'm still talking about this one person 2 months, 3 months, you know, down the line. And when we can just like send that little fishy out in the sea, and we've already planted a seed, they're going to continue watching us, because that's what nosy neighbors do, right? So they're going to continue watching us. So why don't we just get out there and start continuing to share with the other sea of possibilities? Because that one little fishy most likely at this point is not quite ready. It isn't their time to get into your pond. So I just want to encourage everyone to, if you're available, take advantage of all the training that's out there. There's so many great leaders that are coming out with lots of different time availabilities in different time zones and whatnot. So just reach out to your leaders too, and don't be afraid. I mean, we're all open. Again, just try not to spill the entire pot of tea when you're just wanting to give them a little taste. And I think that would really help so many people, not just in our organization, but really across the entire Super Patch company. So reach out, get on those three-way calls, keep it super simple, and don't overcomplicate things. And that's all I got for tonight.
I love it. Yes, we have to keep it super simple, right? Thank you very much for those. And those power hours are absolutely powerful, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes we have a busy schedule. We don't know where to fit it in, but if it's planned into the calendar, it is way more efficient. And doing it as a group with a team is also
Absolutely.
helpful.
It's that energy. I don't care if you're in person or you're through the waves of the internet. I mean, having that connection and that energy together, doing the same intentional thing, it really does create a lot of magic.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Vanda, and continue on your great success.
Thank you.
Next, we have someone you've heard before. She's doing some fantastic work. Regional Vice President Nicole Profit with her killer sunglasses. Are you going to put on the sunglasses for the training? No? Nicole, over to you. What are you doing on this week 2 of the month?
I know I took them off because I'm like, I need to see people's eyes. You can't be shifty back there. I need to see you. So you guys need to know I'm like talking to you from my heart. So, okay, you guys, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and that I talk about all kinds of random stuff. So something was on my heart today. It's literally what I am doing and how I started the month. Number one, I always start the month in gratitude. Like I want you just to stop for just a second, and in your mind, I want you to think about who in your organization right now you are so grateful for. Like who makes coming to work every day so fun? Because really, like in this business, we have the opportunity to work with people that we like, and we have the opportunity to not work with people that we don't like. And that is a huge gift. Okay. So I don't know what that little pop up is. Let's just see. Change language to English. Okay, cancel. Speak in English. Okay. So I want you to stop and think about that. And then at some point when we get off, I just want you to message them and let them know what they mean to you. Because sometimes I think we forget that everybody has different love languages. Some people are really inspired by like words of affirmation. They need to hear how much they mean to you. Other people are inspired by, time, just time on a coaching call with you, or just, we speak the way that we receive, but not everybody receives like us. So I want to challenge you today. Think about the people that show up for you the most, and I want you to message them and let them know how much they mean to you. Because really, at the end of the day, we couldn't do this if we didn't have a team. And so shout out to Lori. Lori did a call with me the other day, and I just want to say, Lori, thank you so much for being everything that you are to everybody. You have just a magical way of saying what it is you want to say, and it just like cuts through all of the noise, and we're just so grateful. So I just want to let you know, thank you so much. The other thing
My
that I
pleasure,
wanted to
Nick.
talk about, do what?
My
She unmuted
pleasure,
for
and
a
that's
second.
called crazy. The magical is crazy land.
No, I love it. It's so real that like I love it. Like this is how I speak, and it's so good. So I want to encourage you, if you don't know, or if you don't have somebody that's like speaking into you and speaking into your team, like just go find it, because it really is, it's so needed. So thank you so much, Lori. So secondly, I wanted to tell you, like, my focus this month is on my personal business, because yes, we have a big team, but at the end of the day, like if you break it down to dollars and cents, I want 15% and not two. I mean, I'm happy with two, but sometimes we need to buff up that 15%. Let's just be honest. So my goal this month is really just straight out of the gate. It's having conversations and converting customers to associates. So I was at a nail salon the other day, and I was talking to a lady, and I don't normally like to talk to people at nail salons. If I could have quiet services, I just would, because I talk all day long. But I was prompted to talk to her. End of the story, ended up sending her 3-piece patch samples with her. Sweet lady, 82 years old, in pain, just lost her husband. She messaged me 2 days later at 7:45 in the morning and said, oh my gosh, like I'm not 100% better, but my pain is 80% better. She was having some sciatica pain. And I just remember thinking, holy moly, like this works. And so, if you're on here today, and maybe it's been a minute since you've had a new customer, or maybe you're new and you haven't had a customer yet, I want you to go and plug yourself into the testimonial group. I want you to reach out to a customer, and I want you to ask them how they're doing, because I think the thing that we have to be most concerned with sometimes is our belief, right? Like we carry the flame, we're the one that's carrying the flame. And if we're not convinced, or whatever reason, or it gets a little low, we just need to go and like build that belief. So having her message me that morning, and I took a screenshot of it, I posted it on Facebook, because she said Nicole, my name. So it's like my own testimonial, right? Which is gold. And so get your customers to tell you how their experience is. And then I put it on Facebook, and I got 2 other orders. Random people have been looking and waiting and deciding, and I got 2 orders. And I thought, you know what? I think sometimes we just need to remember the basics. Like we get into all the things, right? And there's a million things you can do, but at the end of the day, you just have to do the basics. And so that's put patches on people. You have to talk to people sometimes that you don't like to talk to people, right? You got to get out of your little bubble, like me. And some really good things can happen. And here's the thing, at the end of the day, like I made that lady's month. She's an 82-year-old woman that just lost her husband and has been in tremendous amount of pain. And 3 little freedom patches have given her like a whole new outlook on her month. And she's going to share it with some friends. And so it's like, you just never know where those things happen. So for me, my goal this month is to go get some more customers. I've already signed up one associate. I'm going to get one a week. That is my minimum goal. And I'm just refilling my tank. So if you're ever like in this management mode where you're like, oh, oh, no one's excited, or oh, blah, blah. No, you got to worry about you first. You got to get excited. And when you're excited, other people are excited because you're the one that's in control of your energy. And if you're letting other people dictate your energy, then that's your mistake. So you got to kind of like reel it in, and you got to go build that belief up. So testimonial group, I'm telling you, if you go read through those, you're going to just be like, holy cow, like, what do I even have my hands on here? Like, this is incredible. And then go talk to people, and then find a testimonial and send to somebody like, hey, I was thinking about you. And it will start a whole conversation, and will create customers, and customers convert to associates. They just do. They want to share it. They want to help people. So that is what I have for you today. And next up, Eric, do you want me to call my guests next? Is that the plan? Okay. So next up, I'd like to recognize Courtney Sapp. She just hit MD. She hit it 2 months ago, but she held it last month. So that's, we can always hit it, but can we hold it? That's the question, right? So congratulations on hitting it and holding it. And Courtney was this second person that I asked to join me here at Super Patch. She joined the day after I did. And I just asked her to come and share a little bit of her story. I really think that it's going to encourage you wherever you are in your journey. So Courtney, take it away.
Okay, now I can unmute. Hi, everybody. Yes, I've been here since July 27th. I signed up, I think the day Nicole signed up, and I was sick, but I started using the patches and slowly started getting better. And I got director because Nicole did it for me. I'm just going to be 100% honest. She built under me. And so I hit director probably October of last year. And I did it once, never did it again for months. And I'm going to get vulnerable here and I might cry. I saw Nicole building the business, and I even reached out to Nicole and said, "You're signing up big people, and you're not placing any of them under me, and it's kind of hurting my feelings." And Nicole just let me know, "Well, you're not working the business," and then it made me feel like an ass. Why am I entitled to that? I'm just going to be 100% honest. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I don't deserve it. And what am I thinking? And so I think sometimes we feel like we're not working the business and we expect people to do things for us. But if you're not working the business, it's not going to work anyway. So in May, I decided and got off my ass and started patching people and started balance testing people, and it exploded. So from May to June, I hit director again. From June to July, I hit MD, and I kept MD last month, and I'm already 70% to MD as of today. I'm just like blown away. I'm like, holy moly, 70% to on the 8th. That's insane. I did it like the 24th of last month, and it's the 8th already. So, I mean, I got goosebumps because it's just when I decided to get out of my way was when it happened. I had to just pick up my bootstraps, and I patch everybody. I've patched my PCP. I went to my regular doctor visit. I patched him, and he's like, "What is this thing?" And so I don't know if everybody knows, Tanisha and Jay will be here in Houston on Sunday. He's coming to see Jay talk on Sunday. I've patched so many chiropractors. I've patched my hairdresser, my nail lady, my housekeeper. They're all coming to CJ with me. I've reached out to all of them, to people that, so I've got everybody from every walk of life. I got 10 tickets from Stanisha, and she emailed me and said, "Is this a mistake? Like, you need 10 tickets?" I was like, "Yeah, and I'm probably going to need more." So, I mean, I've just reached out to everybody I know and said, look, you've got to get your hands on this. And some of those people I've been talking to for 4 and 5 months and still haven't taken that jump. But if I can get them in front of Jay, I know they will. So I think I just want to impress upon people that when you decide to do it, it can be done. It's just your excitement, like Nicole said, and just when you know what you have and you put those patches on people, it just blows them away. They can't deny what they feel. And it has just been absolutely amazing. I did an event this weekend and I patched probably 25 people. And I had some of them cry because just from the Liberty patch, some of them would walk off and they would come back and say, my sciatic pain is gone, or this pain is gone, or I feel this way. This is crazy. And so they came back and they were buying 6 and 7 packs of patches and wanting, to sign up as an associate, and they had it for this person and this person. So guys, we really have our hands on something so amazing, and we are here so early. What I'm focusing on really, last month I signed up 9 people, personal sponsors last month. No, not last month, the month before. When I first hit MD. Last month I signed up to big fat goose egg 0. So you're gonna have those months where you sign up a lot of people and months when you sign up nobody. This month I've already signed up 2. So that's my goal, is also making sure I do at least 1 a week. Reaching out to those people I'm scared of, like Vonda said. Those are the ones that I really want to focus on. But my team is so amazing. I'm also making sure that I pour into them and help them and make sure they're plugged in every way they can. And I can't thank Nicole enough for making sure that she didn't do it for me and made me do it myself, even when I was an ass.
Oh, I love you. I love you. Yeah, that was a hard conversation. I'm not going to lie, but you know what? Here's the thing. I think when you love people, you really just have to be honest with them. Like,
Yep.
you just have to be honest. And so if we can remember that, like, and I'm so glad, thank you, Courtney, for sharing your story, because it is a little vulnerable, but I know that you helped a lot of people, I'm sure. So yeah, it is. I asked her when she hit it, I said, would it have felt good if this was like, if this was done for you? She's like, no. So it's that like proud, right? Like, so y'all can do it. Thank you, Courtney. All right. So next up, I am going to introduce somebody that you guys, I told her earlier, I was like, girl, you could share, like you could read the phone book and it would inspire me. So I'm sure those of you know her, Nikki Purcell. She's an ND. She always just brings like the goodness and the fire. And so I'm just so happy to have her on. I'm happy to have her a part of our team. She is just always so encouraging, and she really is such an amazing leader in this industry. And I'm honored to be able to work with her. So I can't wait to hear what she says. I always take something away from it, so I know it's going to be good. Nikki, can you unmute?
Yeah, I can. Thank you so much. You're so funny. She said if you could say the alphabet and it would be inspiring. And I just laughed out loud because, we don't even know what we're saying half the time. We're just talking, right? I think I was like, what am I talking about? And she's like, oh, you can just talk about whatever it is that you're doing. And here's the thing that I think I want to share with you guys tonight is something that I feel pretty passionate about, is that, I feel like social media is very incredibly important. I feel like in today's market, you just have to have some type of presence on social media, just even a small one, right? I think it's just, you never know who's out there watching. But for those of us who are primarily building on social media, who are already having, people following us, I think it's our responsibility to show up in front of the clients and the customers that we want to attract. And I think it's really important to say that again. It is our responsibility to show up in front of the clients and the customers you want to attract. And if you need to put a heart spin on it, it's your responsibility to show up in front of the people that you want to serve, right? It's not their responsibility to come knock down my door. It's not their responsibility to come and ask me questions about Super Patch. It's not their responsibility to make sure that they understand all the things that they need to know before that they can say yes to this opportunity, or before they can say yes to becoming a customer. That's my job. That's our responsibility, is to show up and present ourselves and our information and our opportunity and our product in such a way that makes people feel served, that makes people feel seen and heard, that makes people feel valued. So in today's world of creating content on social media, I think it's really important to say that rather than creating content for an algorithm or creating content to go viral, we need to create content for creation. We need to create content that sparks conversations. It can be so simple. It can be something as simple and as powerful as Nicole taking a screenshot of that testimonial that was, directed to her personally and just sharing that on her feed. I saw it. It didn't look pretty, right? It didn't have like cool fonts and like, all this imagery, and like it wasn't her like holding the patches looking beautiful that day. You know what I mean? It was just a screenshot. But that screenshot was so incredibly powerful that it moved the hearts of 2 other people to get in conversation with Nicole so that she can serve them well, right? And I think we need to get out of our own way when it comes to creating those opportunities for people to connect with us, right? Visibility attracts opportunity. And so, like I always say, I think it's in my last opportunity, I will never forget one time somebody came to me and they were like, "Oh, you're selling those things?" And I was like 2 years in, top 1% of my company. And I thought, I am failing. I am absolutely failing if somebody out there in social media doesn't know that I'm selling these things, right? So like show up, like everyone was saying, like Vanda was saying, be bold, be brave, like be enthusiastic, like be passionate about it, really dig in. And if you're lacking belief, go get that belief, lean on a leader, borrow some of their belief about the business, about the company, about the opportunity. If you haven't had that breakthrough aha moment with the patches yet, like Nicole said, get into that testimonial group and really start to look at what's happening in people's lives and borrow some of that belief, right? Share that belief that other people have, because it's really at the end of the day, not even really about you. It's about them. Right? It's about the person that you're going to serve, and you can certainly serve your way to the top of this company, right? And it's just the same thing with the business. If you can help people reach their goals, you are inevitably going to reach your goal, right? But your job as a leader and your job as a Super Patch associate is to go out and to transfer that enthusiasm to them, right? Is to transfer the belief to them, right? And to help them catch the vision for what this opportunity really is, and to help them catch the vision for how big of a deal these patches really are. So I would ask you, like, what is it that you are passionate about? And how can you use Super Patch as a vehicle or a bridge per se to help you share your passion with the world? Right? Because it is a vehicle, and that vehicle can create a ton of change for you in your life. And if it's about the money, then I always just say, the right people with a lot of money can do a lot of good in this world, right? And so we need more great people to be making better money so we can go out there and do better things in this world. So like, you really got to get over the fact that we're making an income. You really need to embrace the fact that this is an opportunity for people. I was talking to somebody today who's unfortunately really struggling financially. And when you are in that position, it is heartbreaking. It's soul crushing. That's the lens through which you see your entire existence on the planet, is through the lens of having no opportunity and being stuck. Right. And I feel like that is our job, is to go out there and to try to, create a vision and a world where people see hope and they know that it's possible and tangible. So there should never be anyone who wonders what you do, why you do it, and how they can be part of it. Whether that's you speaking to people in person, or you're at a vendor event and you're standing in front of your table, not behind your table, stopping people as they're walking by, or you're a crazy person like me and you just park your truck in front of a busy gym on a public street so someone cannot tell you no, and you put up your cute little banner and you pull people to the side and ask them if you can talk to them about Super Patch and start doing balance tests, or it's just you having a patch party and inviting people over and giving them an experience. That is what we are all about. So find the way that you can do that best and go out there and do it with passion and purpose and with intention, knowing that this is so much bigger than all of us. Right? It is so much bigger than all of us. We get to be part of this opportunity. It's not like I have to, right? Like, there's so many other things that we could choose, but we all said yes to Super Patch. Many of us left other opportunities, left other companies, left cushy things to come and be part of this, right? So like that speaks volumes, and that's what the story that we need to go out there and tell people. So show up and make sure that everybody in your network knows that you are a Super Patch associate. They know why you said yes, they know why you're proud of it, they know why these patches are the next best thing since sliced bread, and why they should say yes to this opportunity.
Absolutely love it. That why is so important, right? People won't really remember what you're saying, but they remember how you make them feel. And sharing that why transfers that feeling inevitably to the people that you're talking to. So knowing that why is absolutely critical. And along those lines, we have our next speaker, who has a lot of experience in network marketing, has reached the rank of director already, works in politics, heavily focused on building the team and balance testing everybody she gets in contact with. We have Laura Coombs. Laura, how are you doing?
I'm great, Eric. How are you?
Doing fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I am loving all the women power. Nicole, Nikki, Courtney, thank you so much for everything that you said and trained on. I'm totally inspired by all of you, and I can't wait to meet all of you so at some point. So thank you for that. And you know what? Someone called me this morning, asking if I could find them a job. So I said, well, there may be two opportunities for you. And I literally just met with him at Whole Foods, and we're standing outside on the benches in Whole Foods. And I said, okay, well, there's a guy that has a furniture store just down the street. He's looking for salespeople. But on the other hand, you need to have a small business. If you've been laid off by Whole Foods, you need to have, reduce your taxes, blah, blah, blah. And so we stand up, I'm doing the balance test, and he's coming to a meeting tomorrow that Vince is leading. So I'm so excited about that. Actually, and there's a brand new associate on the call. I just noticed she's my homeopath, and she just became an associate, and I'm so excited for her because she's now distributing the patches to her patients. So welcome, Fadia, to the team. I'm so excited to have you here for this amazing journey. And you know what you guys, Nikki, what you were saying, here we go. About the honor and the privilege. Like, I was not looking for an opportunity. But let that sink in. So you definitely need to contact people. There you are, Fadia. Nice to see your smile. I was not looking for an opportunity, and I definitely was not going to do network marketing again. But I've had a profound, result, if you may, especially with the Joy Patch. It's totally life altering. So Vince, so that's what I want to say. You want to just, patch everyone and everyone. Like, I've been patching everyone, my esthetician, just everyone. Just don't have any, in Landmark, we used to call it looking good. So when you let looking good, impact you, you are afraid to go and approach people because you're more concerned about how you're going to look. I don't care how I look. It doesn't matter. This patch is life-altering. It's going to make a difference for people all over the planet, and we're only baby just getting started. So if you ask me to train on planning to win, mostly say setting clear intentions. I have a very, very busy schedule. And Vince said, Laura, you can be director by the end of the month. Okay. And I started August 10th. So I only had, 21 days. So on Sunday, on the 31st, I still needed 2 more associates. And what my intention was that it's going to happen. So when you set your goals for this month, and these 3 incredible women have already trained on all that, write them down, stick them everywhere in your house, focus on them, meditate on them, create an intention. And the other thing the landmark. We throw the ball, the hat over the wall. You set a goal that's absolutely ridiculous. You have no idea how you're going to meet it, because I used to lead the programs, right? And the center manager would come up to me and say, Lara, you're going to register 25 people today. And when I had that intention of, okay, and was like, it was a big goal. I'm like, okay, buddy, I'm going to do it. But she trained me in throwing the hat over the wall. And usually I would come out with 27, 28, 30, whatever the number was, because I focused on that's the goal I'm going to go after. And I have no idea what's going to happen. But because I say so, I gave my word to myself and to her that I was going to do that. It happened. So that's really, you're the most important person in your life. Give the gift to yourself to honor your word to yourself and accomplish whatever goal it is that you want to accomplish, whether it's getting 2 or 3 customers this month or getting, associates this month, whatever that case may be. Set the goal, and no matter what it takes, no matter by Sunday night, Vince and I are like moving stuff around. We're still doing it. It was done by I don't know what time it was done by, like 5 o'clock, or I can't even remember now. It could have even been earlier that. I even went to a temple. I did a meditation. I was being very grateful. Who was the one that was Nicole was training us on being grateful, right? So that's really important for every single thing in life. You are a lot more capable than you believe you are. You can accomplish a lot more than you believe that you can. Throw the hat over the wall, set a ridiculous goal, and be determined and promise yourself that no matter what. Now, I have a full-time job, guys, and I have 2 part-time jobs, plus I'm working on special projects with other politicians. I'm absolutely busy. So time is not an excuse. Okay. Throw the hat over the wall, whatever it is that you want, and honor your word to yourself and go make it happen. Because we're all gigantic. We're all huge. We can all accomplish anything that we set our minds to. It's only our intention. Then this is what I love about Lori. I got to meet her last week. That woman is an intention creator. Like, she is she's just so determined about achieving her goals. From being around her, I got to sit beside her in this meeting we had. From just sitting with her that woman is going to accomplish what she says she's going to accomplish. There's no question. Yes, I have people nodding, right? So we all need to borrow that way of being from Lori. She's the example for all of us. She's sitting on this call being so intentional about creating and making sure all of us live the lives of our dreams. And guys, I'd forgotten about some of my dreams. Right? We have to remember what those dreams are. And we got to go throw the hat over the wall and say, yeah, I'm going to buy a house in a year. I'm going to buy a new car in a year. And you don't have no idea. Courtney gave a beautiful example of what she did, right? She goes, I'm going to do it. And now she's done managing director 2 months in a row, and she's already qualified, and it's September the 8th. Is it the 8th? Yeah, right? Incredible. I'm really inspired. I feel like my first 8 days of September are totally slacking. So, God bless you for that. So, here's the other thing I'll say. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I was on the call. Make sure you have the joy patch on. We're in network marketing, right? People want to be around happy people. So we need to be happy, right? Happy people attract people, right? There we were at Whole Foods. People were waving at us and walking by us, doing all kinds of crazy things. So it just, put yourself in the public, go have fun, write them down, post them everywhere, bathroom, fridge, wherever they are, write them down and honor your word to yourself and make it happen this month. God bless everyone. Lots of love.
Love it. Thank you, Lara. Remember your dreams. Yes. And then throw that goal into your face in every room, everywhere. It's always in your face. You're constantly reminded of why you're doing things and then putting action behind it. Absolutely. So thank you all. I want to take a little bit of time at the end of this call to share some information about Mexico. A lot of you know that we're launching today, Mexico. There's already some people on this call that are in Mexico, right? I see you, Gabrielle. I see Gabrielle here. I see a couple of people, right? So congratulations for being the very first people in the Mexico system live today. So I'm going to share my screen. I know some of you saw this information on a previous call, a previous Zoom on Friday, but I thought I would share it with you in a different format. Maybe it's going to make more sense to some of you. Maybe for some of you, it's the first time you see it. And yes, it is all in Spanish, because guess what? People in Mexico speak Spanish, okay? So we're going to have to get used to speaking Spanish. So we have the bueno, más bueno, mejor, and mucho mejor. I'm practicing my Spanish. I've been saying for 10 years, I'm going to learn Spanish. Now I have to. I have to actually learn how to speak Spanish. So these are the 4 launch kits for the Mexico market. They are in Mexican pesos. These are the regular prices for associates for those launch kits. Very important. By the way, all these kits include the version 2.0 of the patches, which means there are no 28 patches in one pack. There's 30 patches per pack. So when somebody in Mexico buys a victory patch, there's 30 patches in there, okay? So all of those kits include the 30 packs of patches. But for the month of September, and this is key here, for the month of September, for this launch, we're technically in pre-launch. So all of you who were talking about Mexico weeks ago, months ago, some of you more than half a year ago, it was in pre-launch. It was like pre-launch. Now, today is officially the pre-launch, where we're focusing not on customers, we're focusing on building the distribution network of Mexico. We're focusing on distributors, we're focusing on associates, which is why all you see on the screen are launch kits for distributors, launch kits for associates. And so now, to incentivize the fast action takers to take part into the distribution network of Mexico, in the month of September, there's a special deal. The best deal will always remain the Fiesta 40, which is the equivalent of our Flex 40 here in North America. That's always the best deal, so there's no special price for September. But the 3 other kits, they have a special deal for the month of September. We don't know if this will be extended for the month of October. Maybe, maybe not. We know for sure for the month of September, this is the deal. So this is why people need to sign up now in the month of September now to take advantage of this deal for them, but not just for them, for their friends, their family members, their coworkers that will also want to become distributors so they can take advantage of this deal, right? Keep in mind that the Viva Cinco, this one, the Viva Cinco, does not qualify the associate for the hat trick and the all-star bonus. So the way I explain it is all the kits make you an associate, but there's one kit that does not unlock 100% of the compensation plan. That's the Viva 5. If you want to be an associate, you can start with the Viva 5, but you'll have only access to about 80% of the comp plan because you're blocked from some of the bonuses. So if you want to maximize this income opportunity, I would say forget the Viva 5 exists. Look at Impulso Once. See how I'm throwing my Spanish? Yeah. Impulso Once or above. Those are the kits that qualify you for everything. All the bonuses, all the bells and whistles, all the trips, all the rewards, everything, Impulso, Once, and above. And by the way, you should do it now in September because look at the price that you're getting. You're getting the best deal ever. So take a screenshot of these. This is, oh, sorry. Oh, by the way, I'll tell everyone, there's a mistake in this flyer. Guess who spotted it? I did. There's a mistake in this flyer. The retail value of this flyer should not say 48,000 pesos. It should say 71,000 pesos. That's actually the full retail value of those 40 packs of patches. So they're getting an incredible deal. That's why there's no discount on this kit. This will always remain the same price for Mexico. But all the other ones, this is the regular price, excluding taxes. By the way, I already got that message, that question today. When you go to sign up, the price you'll see is not that price because this is before tax. What you'll see on the website is after tax. And guess what? We cannot get away from taxes, okay? So we have to pay those. So this is the regular price. This is the special deal, special incentive for the month of September. So you have the price here, special price. This is the price with taxes. That's what they're going to see on the back office so that they're not shocked, okay? And this here, for those who don't speak Spanish, says that this is a special deal for the pre-launch in September. Okay, so take these screenshots, please. 3, 2, 1. Now this one, take the screenshot. Take the screenshot. Or maybe what, you know what? I'll put those images in the group. I'll put those images in the Facebook group, the WhatsApp group, all the different groups. But you get the idea. The way we're positioning it is that this is a September promotion to incentivize and reward the fast acting people that want to take part in being the pioneers of Mexico. Does that make sense? Yes? So maybe you're sitting here thinking, well, I don't speak Spanish. Me neither. I was supposed to speak Spanish 10 years ago, but I never learned. I never took the time to learn. That's completely fine. Maybe you're thinking, I don't know anybody in Mexico. The power of networking is that someone somewhere in your network of friends, family members, friends on Facebook, followers on Instagram, someone somewhere knows somebody in Mexico, right? Just by simply asking the question, and I want you to own this. This is your business. Your business is launching in Mexico. Even though you have 0 associates in Mexico, even though you don't speak Spanish, even though you're not even remotely imagining the way for you to expand in Mexico, this is the news. Today, your business is launching in Mexico. Who here, out of all my friends in Facebook, who here lives in Mexico? Who here has ever traveled to Mexico? Who here knows somebody in Mexico? Because my business is expanding in Mexico. You need to own this. And you need to know the numbers, because when they ask you, oh, okay, I'm ready, I want to get started, you need to know those numbers and that special discount for September. Now, will that discount be extended for the pre-launch stage in October? Maybe, maybe not. We don't want to risk it, which is why we strongly recommend for people to take advantage of this deal now in September. Does that make sense? Yes? Very good. I'm very excited about the Mexico launch because some of you don't know this, but in my neck of the woods, about 5 months a year, we have snow everywhere. We have to remove the ice from the car. We have to shovel snow. And now I'm thinking, hey, I can escape this and go to Mexico to build this business. Isn't that great, right? That's the sort of opportunities that we're getting building this, that I couldn't get if I was coaching tennis, that I couldn't get if I was a personal trainer, that I couldn't get if I was a dentist, that I couldn't get if I was a lawyer, right? We have the opportunity to move around and build this business helping people everywhere, anytime, any place, because the problems we're solving are forever problems and everywhere problems. Wherever there's humans, we can find these problems: pain, stress, sleep, energy, right? Joy, right? Those are all problems that every country has. And we have the power in our hands to make the difference in someone's life. All we got to do is be bold enough to share it. So with that, you have all the details. It's your responsibility to change someone's life today. Today. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow you can change someone else's life. But today, you can change one person's life by sending a text message, a voice message, a WhatsApp message, a Facebook message, a smoke signal message, a pigeon message, whatever you want to use. Send a message to someone, start that conversation, and start that first track to change someone's life today. All right, so with that, stay in action, take advantage of everything, all those amazing deals, and we'll see each other next week on Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye, everybody. You can all unmute and say goodbye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys.
Have a great week.
Bye. Thank
Let's
you.
go, Mexico.